Hello, Franklin sports fans. Welcome to this latest Franklin High Varsity field hockey matchup. It's a face-off. So with this being the round of 8 match between these two teams, this is expected to be a big matchup between these two teams.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Walpole High School for today's MIA Round of 8 field hockey game between Franklin and Walpole High School. The MIA expects all fans to display good sportsmanship and remind fans that we are dealing with young athletes who are doing their best for their schools. Spectators may be removed from the premises for failure to comply with school policy and unsportsmanlike behavior. Let's make this contest a positive experience for all. Now for tonight's starting lineups. First from the visitors from the Hockomock League, Franklin High School. Number 1, Josie Camp. Number 2, Maddie O'Brien. Number 3, Ella Griffin. Number 4, Ella Mazzullo. Number 8, Cadence Canavan. Number 13, Liana Crandall. Number 19, Addie Rice. Number 21, Sawyer Whitmore. Number 22, Ava Lucenta. Number 24, Haley Warnig. And 00, Devin Barry. Head coach at Franklin High School is Miss Michelle Heiss. Now from the home team from the Bay State Conference, Walpole High School. Number 2, Kate Snyder. Number 3, Sophia Frucci. Number 6, Abby Poirier. Number 8, Georgia Tarjan. Number 10, Caroline Hanwork. Number 13, Caitlin Naughton. Number 19, Nadia McKenzie. Number 21, Kendall Cusack. Number 26, Emily Hagan. Number 27, Grace Hagan. And number 32, Adine Smith. Head coach of Walpole is Miss Jennifer Quinn. At this time, we ask all spectators, if they're able, to please rise and remove their hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
So you viewers at home just heard the pregame ceremony introducing the starting lineups for both the Walpole Porkers and the Franklin Panthers, and the national anthem to start off this matchup. Walpole, as was stated prior to the anthem, is seeded number 2 in this tournament, this Division I tournament. They come onto this Division I tournament with an overall record of 17-0-1. And Franklin comes into this game seeded number 7 with an overall record of 17-1-0. Walpole won their first game, the round of 32 against Marshfield, 6-0. They won their round of 16 matchup against Acton Boxborough by a score of 3-1. Franklin, for their part, started off in the round of 32 against Attleboro, winning that match 2-0. Playing their last matchup against Wachusett Regional, winning that game by a score of 6-1. And it has always been a highly competitive match between both Walpole and Franklin, so I am not expecting any different from this matchup. The Panthers are coached by Michelle Hess. The Walpole Porkers are coached by Jen Quinn. The Porkers are going to be dressed in their white jerseys with blue numbers. The Panthers will be dressed in their traveling blue, navy blue uniforms with light blue numbers. And with that whistle, we are underway. So Franklin starts off with the ball. Franklin sends that ball upfield, but Walpole's going to intercept it. That ball's going to be stolen away. Number 2, Kate Schneider. She did have the ball for a second there. Franklin's going to take it back. Both teams fighting for it. This is number 24, Haley Wernig, who was trying to navigate through the Walpole defense, and now Walpole, Franklin steals it right back. So quite a bit of back and forth here as Franklin tries to get it through the Walpole defense. Walpole making it tough for them to do so. Number 13, Raina Crandall, carrying the ball to the opposite side of the field. Franklin will maintain possession here. Again, Crandall with a shot. That's going to be blocked away. Walpole now bringing it back. They get it up to midfield, but it's going to roll out of bounds. And so it's going to be Franklin ball. Number 3, Ella Griffin, to inbound it for the Panthers. Walpole's going to steal that ball away, but Franklin taking it right back as Franklin tries to keep that ball in bounds. That's going to be ruled a Walpole ball. So Walpole inbounds it, number 21. Number 21 being Kendall Cusack, but Franklin's going to take it back. After a penalty, he's going to turn it over to the Panthers. And that was number 19, Addie Weiss, who's going to lose it out of bounds. So Walpole taking it right back. Walpole trying to center it, but Franklin's going to be right there to stop them. As Walpole tries to continue to move it up downfield, that's going to turn back over to the Panthers. That ball's going to go airborne. Ball's going to be at right about midfield. It's going to stay Franklin ball. Haley Wernig taking the ball. She's going to pass it upfield. Walpole trying to intercept it, and they do. Walpole sending it back to center field. That ball is just going to roll out of bounds, so it's going to be Franklin ball. We thank you viewers at home for tuning into this field hockey match on Franklin Pride TV, both on cable and on YouTube. A round of 8 match between the number 7 seeded Franklin and the number 2 seeded Walpole. And any match between these two teams is always highly, highly competitive. Maddie O'Brien with the ball right now, so she's going to handle the ball for the Panthers. She takes a big swing at it. Franklin's going to try to move it upfield as that ball's going to stay with the Panthers. Sawyer upfield. It's going to stay Franklin ball. Oop, Franklin's going to be forced to bring it back to midfield as they try to keep it away from the Walpole defense, but Walpole taking it right back. They get it past center midfield. Walpole very strategically trying to get the ball to center field. Swing, that's going to bounce off against the post. So that ball bounces off the inside section of the right-hand post, right in front of the crease, and Franklin able to dodge a goal there. That ball is going to be blocked by the Walpole offense this game. Haley Warnig to start gameplay off here. She's going to pass it up to number 19, Addie Weiss. Ooh, Walpole taking it right back. Franklin trying to steal it back. Ooh, a dangerous play there. So that's going to turn the ball over to Walpole. So Walpole with possession. It's going to stay Walpole ball. Walpole tries to navigate it to center field. Walpole's right there, but they cannot take advantage of it. Franklin steals the ball away. Going to stay Franklin ball, where they're going to be told to resume gameplay back at roughly the 15-yard line as they try to maneuver that past the Walpole defense. That's just going to roll out of bounds, so that'll be Walpole ball again. This will be number 27, Grace Hagan. Franklin tries sealing it back. Walpole regains possession. And that will be a corner for the Porkers. So the first corner of the game to be brought on by Walpole with 6 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in the first quarter of this game. So we'll see if Franklin is able to keep Walpole at bay here. Walpole inbounds it. That's going to be Franklin ball. So Franklin able to keep themselves from another dangerous situation there, as Walpole has now had two really good opportunities to score goals. Walpole trying to claim possession of the ball here as they move that ball past the Franklin defense, try centering it, and that ball is going to be a violation on Walpole's part, so that'll be Franklin ball. Number 3, Ella Griffin to handle the ball for the Panthers. That ball is just going to be brought right back. It's going to stay Franklin Panther ball. Number 2, Maddie O'Brien. She's going to send the ball upfield. That ball is going to be turned over to Walpole. So again, a lot of back and forth. Kendall Cusack taking the ball now for Walpole. She's going to send the ball sky high. It's going to be sent out of bounds, so that'll be Franklin ball. So again, a lot of back and forth between these two teams. That ball is going to go past midfield, but Walpole's going to stop it at just past midfield. as that ball is going to be knocked away from the Porkers, but it's going to roll out of bounds, so it'll be Porker possession. Franklin almost able to steal that ball away. As Walpole tries to not only keep that ball away from the Panther defense, but they also try to center it. They're not going to be able to, so Ella Griffin will handle putting the ball back into gameplay for the Panthers. She's going to send that one sky high. Or at least send it airborne. Both teams have players that are very skilled at doing that. That'll be Franklin ball. So 3 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in the first quarter. It is still scoreless. As Franklin will maintain possession here. But Walpole will take it right back. Franklin steals it back. This is Wernig. She's going to be essentially double, triple teamed right here. Wernig doing everything she can to chase that ball down, but Franklin are going to have the ball stolen away from them by Walpole. Walpole with a centering pass. That swing is not going to go too far for Walpole's taste. Franklin ball. Griffin. She's going to get it out to number 19, Addie Weiss. Walpole taking it right back. Walpole attempts a centering pass. They steal it right back. That ball is going to be blocked away. Blocked away by goalkeeper Devin Berry. So a great stop there by Berry. And roughly at the 25-yard line. Walpole trying to move this ball around. That's going to be another corner for the Porkers. So second corner of the game for Walpole. So again, we're going to have to see if Franklin is able to keep them at bay. Walpole sets it up. Just keeping that ball away from the Franklin defense, and that ball is going to go rolling away. So Franklin able to once again avoid another close call. Maddie O'Brien to put the ball back into gameplay for the Panthers. Walpole stops it right there. Ball is nearly stolen away a couple times right there by the Panthers. It's going to roll out of bounds, so it's going to be Walpole ball. And that whistle is going to mark the end of the first quarter. So that first quarter goes by like it's nothing. And we're going to have a two-minute break here, but a necessary break here as both teams try to regroup after what was a very, very back-and-forth matchup in that first quarter between Franklin and Walpole. Still a scoreless game, though. Gameplay has been mostly on the Franklin side of the field. Walpole having quite a few scoring opportunities, but Franklin able to keep them at bay. So we thank you folks at home for tuning into this field hockey match on Franklin Pride TV, both on cable and on YouTube. Franklin High School having a number of this field hockey game being the last of them to be happening. We also Franklin also had I'm not sure if the game has been finished up at this point, but Franklin also had their girls varsity soccer team traveling to Bishop Feehan for their latest game, and that game was still tied up at 0 in overtime the last time I checked, and that was just prior to the start of this game. And then Franklin also had their boys soccer team traveling to Brockton. So a lot of sports action happening for Franklin Panther sports. Yesterday there was also the football team playing against Methuen. Franklin unfortunately losing that game. And the varsity volleyball team being on the road to Newton North. Franklin losing that match to Newton North by a score I was told yesterday of 3-0. So congratulations to the volleyball team for making it to the round of 8, which is where they were. Football having a fairly successful regular season, but losing to Newton North. They've got at least one or two significant Thanksgiving Day matchup against KP High School. And quarter number 2 is underway here at Walpole High School. So refs telling Walpole to start the ball off a little further back, so they're at roughly the 40-yard line. Franklin tries to put a stick on that one. Centering pass right there. Walpole trying to move into some heavy traffic. A nice block there by Devin Barry as Franklin tries to navigate this ball out. It's going to stay with as they try to get it to center field. That ball is going to roll out of bounds, so it'll be Walpole ball. Walpole trying to navigate it through the Franklin defense, and Franklin just making it difficult for them, but Walpole putting up a big fight, as they try to get that to be across, as Wernig just waits for the whistle. It's a little bit chilly out here at Walpole High School. It's gotten a little bit chillier as the week has gone on. It's finally starting to feel like November now. Franklin steals that ball away. Ooh, but that ball's going to be re-intercepted by Walpole. It's going to go back to the Panthers. And the Panthers are going to be forced to resume gameplay back at the 20-yard line. So again, Haley Wernig. 20-yard line. So again, Haley Wernig. And Franklin just needing to do what they can to keep that ball away from the Walpole defense as Wernig tries to send that ball inward. So Wernig's going to send the ball back to just about the 47-yard line. Wernig trying to move that ball through the Walpole defense. They're going to steal it right back. That pass is going to be just a touch too high. At a dangerous height compared to the players surrounding the ball, so that's going to turn the ball back over to the Panthers. As Sawyer Whitmore tries to send that ball into center field, Walpole steals it back. Number 3, Sophia Frushi trying to keep that away from the Franklin defense. It's going to be ruled out of bounds by the Panthers. Wernig taking the ball right back. Ball's going to stay Franklin possession. A nice pass right there by Wernig. Both teams fighting for that one. It's going to be Walpole ball. Walpole tries to send that ball airborne. Wernig That ball is going to be ruled a Walpole ball. Might have been a shot deflected out of bounds, so that'll stay Walpole ball. Franklin takes that ball. Not sure if she was aware of how many Walpole players were surrounding her. And Walpole trying to make a move here. Frusci. Franklin trying to keep it away from Walpole, but Walpole steals it right back. Little stop right there. And this is going to be a Franklin ball. So Franklin sending it to the near sideline. But Franklin can't keep it in bounds, so Walpole ball. Centering pass there by Walpole, and that's going to be another corner for the Walpole Porkers. Another corner for the Walpole Porkers. So Walpole having this being their third corner of the game. We'll see if Franklin can keep them at bay. They've been able to so far. Walpole inbounds it. Franklin tries to get a stick on that one. And another corner. Oh, I take that back. Nope, that's going to be a Franklin ball. So Franklin able to, not quite able to keep that ball in bounds. So that's going to turn the ball back over to the Porkers. As Walpole tries to send that ball upfield, Franklin intercepts it. Walpole takes it right back. Franklin able to stop that ball. Walpole regains possession. Some heavy traffic here. Franklin ball. As Franklin tries to get it out of their zone, Walpole bringing it right back. And so this will be a Walpole ball, but it is not going to be a corner. Heavy traffic there. It's going to be Franklin ball. Franklin tries to knock it away. Franklin tries to knock it away. Franklin trying to take it back. Everybody trying to get in on the action there. That's going to be a Franklin ball. O'Brien, she's going to send that ball sky high. It's not going to get too far, but it is going to stay Franklin ball. As Wernig tries to maneuver the ball through the Walpole defense, which she's able to. 1, 2, almost 3. Franklin takes that one back. So Franklin moving along the opposite sideline. Walpole trying to take it back, and they do. They send that ball upfield. Franklin sending it back. They cannot keep it in bounds, so that's going to turn the ball back over to the Porkers. Under 3.5 minutes left to go in the half. Bren looking for an open player. She finally finds one. That ball's going to go way past midfield into Walpole territory. Franklin taking it right back. Walpole with possession as they bring the ball back into Franklin territory. Franklin able to stop that one as they try to get that by a trio of Walpole defenders. So Walpole number 13, Caitlin Naughton. She's going to send that ball in. And another corner for the Porkers. So Walpole with their 4th corner of the game. That ball's going to be a little high. That ball's going to be a little high, but not an illegal height. That ball's going to be turned back over to Walpole. And Walpole sending it way downfield. That's going to go out of bounds. So Franklin with possession at roughly the 16-yard line on the opposite side of the field. That's going to be ruled a Franklin ball. Stake handling was a little too high for the ref's taste. And that ball's going to be turned back over to the Porkers. As Franklin tries stealing it back, they maintain possession. And Warnick gets the ball up to midfield. She sends it further upfield, going into the Walpole defensive line, but they're going to bring it right back. Franklin tries to block it, and take it away from Walpole. It's going to stay Franklin ball on the other side of the field. And a very, very quick second quarter. That whistle is going to mark the end of the half. So it has been a very, very back and forth matchup between the Franklin Panthers and the Walpole Porkers. And after one half of gameplay, the score is still 0-0 between Franklin and Walpole. So we are going to take a little break here and try to recuperate from all this back and forth action that's been happening here at Walpole High School. So we'll be back in a few minutes for the start of the second half. Stay tuned. We are back for the start of the second half of this varsity field hockey matchup, where your Franklin Panthers are on the road to face off against the Walpole Porkers in this round of 8 matchup. Gameplay just getting back underway. And still a scoreless game. But it has been a lot of back and forth action between these two teams as the teams have switched sides. And so Ella Griffin, she will be resuming gameplay here. She looks for an open player. She's going to send that ball airborne. And Walpole will have the ball at roughly the 38-yard line. And Walpole sending it sky high. Walpole's going to knock it out of bounds. So Walpole ball at about the 25. Ball continuing to move the ball ever closer, and another corner. So another corner for Walpole. Franklin has been able to keep them at bay so far. We'll see if they can continue to do so. That hit is going to be blocked by a Panther. And another corner. So Walpole, for all of their defense, has been kept at bay by the Panthers. Their fifth corner of the game right here. Hard and wide of the Franklin net, so that's going to turn the ball back over to the Panthers. So once again, Franklin able to avoid another threat by the Porkers. Raina Crandall, she's going to send that ball upfield, but Walpole bringing it right back. Franklin, to their credit, has just been trying to do everything that they can to keep Walpole at bay, but Walpole just having a very, very strong offense here. As most of the gameplay here has been on the front side of the field. And we've got another corner coming up. The 6th corner of the game for Walpole, if my memory is serving me correctly. .10:47 left to go in the third quarter. Franklin chasing it down, and they're able to keep that ball at bay. Walpole staying on the offensive, and they cannot keep that ball in bounds, so Franklin again avoiding another corner threat by the Walpole Porkers. That one's going to be a little too high. That send-up field by Franklin is going to wind up hitting a Walpole player in the legs, so that's going to be turned back over to the Porkers. As Franklin tries to get that ball to center field, that ball is going to be recovered by Walpole. Walpole sending it further upfield. They try to get a centering pass going on. Franklin just going to send that ball out of bounds. Centering pass right here. Walpole trying to maneuver it, and a nice save there by Devin Berry. Walpole with the ball on the opposite side of the field. Franklin with possession here, trying to keep the Panthers out of danger here. That's going to stay Franklin possession. Handle. That ball is going to be stuffed by the Porkers, and they're going to take it right back. That ball is going to be stolen back by the Panthers. Nice play there by number 4, Ella Marzullo. As Marzullo tries to keep it going further upfield, it's going to stay Franklin. Marzullo gets it to number 21, Sawyer Whitmore. Whitmore, nice big swing right there as Franklin tries to get it to center field, but penalty is going to turn the ball back over to the Porkers. 8 minutes and 18 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Still a scoreless game. Walpole back on the offensive here as they get ever closer to the Franklin net. Franklin trying to get the ball out of danger. This is going to be a Walpole ball. Franklin steals that ball away. They swing it away and just barely able to keep it initially out of bounds. That's number. Walpole almost able to steal that one away from Cadence. Walpole almost able to steal that one away from Cadence Canavan. And Walpole is going to bring it back. Number 13, Caitlin Naughton, trying to bring that ball through some heavy Franklin traffic, and Walpole is going to score another corner. So Franklin having been on the defensive virtually all game here. So another corner. As Walpole just tries to keep it away from the Franklin defense, and they score. And you can tell Warnick has a massive fire in her eyes. This ball is going to stay Franklin ball. As Franklin is now on the offensive for the first time in a while, although Walpole does take the ball back right there. That's going to be Franklin ball. Oop, I take that back. It's going to be Walpole ball at roughly the 30-yard line, number 26, Emily Hagan. Both teams fighting for this one. It's going to be Franklin ball. So Walpole taking the ball back as they send Walpole with the ball at midfield. Franklin stealing it right back. This is Wernig as she tries to navigate that through some heavy Walpole traffic, and Walpole takes it right back.
Walpole goal scored by number 21, Kendall Cusack. Assists on the play, number 13, Caitlin Naughton. And number 26, Emily Hagan. Let's go, Porkers!
So if I was hearing that correctly, that goal for Walpole was scored by Kendall Cusack. Walpole taking the ball right back here. Walpole with the centering play right there. Franklin, ooh! And another corner. So yes, Franklin has been on the defensive virtually all day today. It has been tough for them to keep these shots on net away. That ball is going to be sent towards the Franklin net, but it's going to be too far out for them for it to be considered a legal shot on net. Matty O'Brien with the ball at roughly the 15-yard line. Walpole trying to steal it back here from Haley Wernig. Franklin gets a stick on it. Walpole taking it back. And Walpole just navigating through some heavy Franklin traffic here. Minute and a half left to go in the third quarter. Walpole leading the... So mere minutes after their first goal, Walpole able to capitalize on another corner there. And they make the score 2-0 with 46 seconds left to go in this third quarter. Franklin starts that face-off off. Caitlin Nunn will get the credit for that goal for the Walpole Porkers. So Franklin now facing a very tough 2-0 deficit here. And while Franklin has been trying to do their best, the gameplay has been going to mark the end of the third quarter. So a 2-minute break here to assess what's at stake here for the Franklin Panthers. The winner of this game will move on to the Final Four matchup to be played against Winchester. Winchester having won their round of 8 match against Algonquin 2-1. The final four match against Winchester on a date and time to be determined. But that is what's at stake here between Walpole and Franklin here. So we thank you viewers at home again for tuning into this field hockey match on Franklin Pride TV, both on cable and on YouTube. Walpole took a 2-0 lead in the final minutes of the third quarter. So we are gearing up for the possible final 15 minutes of field hockey action for the Franklin Panthers. Franklin has a lot of fire in them, but Walpole has been their dominant selves throughout the entirety of this match. As Walpole brings this ball down, sending that ball further downfield, but that ball is going to roll out of bounds. Ella Griffin, she gets the ball to a teammate, but that's going to be bouncing out of bounds. So Walpole bringing the ball towards center field. And a backhanded hit is going to be a little too high for the for safety, so that's going to be a Franklin ball. So Franklin looking for an open player here. She does get it to a teammate. That ball is going to be deflected out of bounds by Walpole, so it's going to stay Franklin ball. High shot inbound pass there by the Panthers, but it's going to stay Franklin ball. As Franklin now tries to move it upfield, trying to maintain possession here. They get into some open space here. A nice big swing there. That's going to be intercepted by Walpole. And that ball's going to roll out of bounds. It'll be Franklin ball. So Walpole with possession as they move it to the near side of the field. Franklin continuing to move that ball further upfield, but there's no one to take that ball away from the Porkers. This is going to be Porker possession. Big swing. Franklin stops that ball at midfield. As Werning tries to maneuver the ball towards center field, it's going to stay Franklin ball. Franklin trying to keep their eye on the prize here. Walpole trying to get that ball out of their defensive zone. Franklin trying to bring it back into center field. Going through some heavy Walpole traffic there. It's going to stay Franklin ball. So Franklin with one of their first big offensive charges of the entire game here. Jussie Camp. Walpole's going to steal the ball away, but it's going to be turned back over to the Panthers. So Panthers with the ball at runner. And that ball is going to be sent out of bounds by the Porkers, so Franklin ball. Sawyer Whitmore with the ball on the opposite sideline. And she tries to get that ball by a bunch of Walpole defenders, but that ball is going to be turned over to Walpole. 10:55 left to go in the game. Franklin inbounds the ball, but that ball is going to be deflected off of Jussie Camp's stick, and Walpole able to gain possession. Franklin taking it right back right there. As number 8, Cadence Canavan, tries to keep it away from a defender. The defender's going to take it back. That ball is going to be rolled out of bounds by Franklin, so Walpole. This is going to stay Franklin possession as Franklin gets it to an open player. Walpole taking it back. Nice attempt at a pass upfield, but Franklin's going to intercept it. Walpole taking it right back. Griffin tries to get it to an open player. Walpole intercepts it as they send that ball upfield. Franklin taking it back. And now Walpole with another charge. Franklin tries to steal the ball back. It's going to stay Walpole ball. 8 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the game. Walpole maintaining a 2-0 lead here. That ball's going to roll just wide of the wall of the Franklin net. So this is going to be a Walpole ball. So it was knocked out of bounds by a Franklin player. So Walpole with possession. Walpole trying to move it towards the Franklin net, and a nice block there by Devin Berry. Walpole, Franklin just content to just knock that ball out of bounds. Out of danger. Walpole trying to send it in center field. Franklin stealing it away. That's going to stay Franklin ball. Franklin trying to get it to center field. Walpole taking it back. Franklin keeps it in bounds. So Walpole with the ball on the other side of the field. As they try to move the ball into center field, they're going through some Franklin traffic here. Six minutes and 17 seconds left to go in the game. As Franklin is desperately trying to keep Walpole from scoring another goal here. Time is not on the Panthers' side anymore. Nice centering, nice pass right there by the Porkers. And Porkers are going to score another corner. So Walpole with another opportunity to score against the Panthers here with under 5.5 minutes left to go in the game. And put this game completely out of reach for the Panthers. Nice ball movement there. Shot on net there is going to be deflected by a Panther. But it might have gone out of bounds before it was deflected in front of the Franklin net. So Haley Warnick trying to navigate through the Walpole defense, and Franklin's going to score their first corner. So Franklin with their first corner of the match. Clock continuing to roll here. Under 3 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the game. Franklin with one of their best opportunities to try to cut this score in half, and that ball is going to be deflected out of bounds. So it will be a Franklin ball, but Walpole out of danger. As Wernig, shot on net that's going to go rolling a couple of feet in front of the Walpole net. So that's going to be a Walpole ball. That ball is going to be deflected out of bounds by the Panther. Walpole hoping to make something happen here. They do have a 2-goal lead. That ball winds up rolling out of bounds, so it's going to be Franklin ball. It is crunch time. Walpole nearly able to intercept that one, but Franklin's going to maintain possession. Franklin maintains possession. They can't get that ball too far. That ball is going to be sent fairly. Walpole scores their third goal of the match. And that's going to pretty much do it here at Walpole High School. That goal will solidify their victory against the Franklin Panthers, who have tried their absolute hardest to try to keep the offense of Walpole at bay. But Walpole, with their tenacious offense throughout the course of this game, having multiple corners and having been able to capitalize on at least 2 of them, Walpole was able to keep gameplay on Franklin's side of the field, and that is why they are leading by a score of 3-0 against the Franklin Panthers. Final seconds of this game wind down. Devin Berry knocks that ball away for good measure. Horn is going to sound, and that is going to do it. So the Walpole Porkers
That'll do it. A great game by both teams. Congratulations to Franklin. Congratulations to your Walpole Porkers with a 3-0 victory.
Walpole continues to uphold its reputation as a very, very tough field hockey program. They take this match by a score of 3-0 against the Franklin Panthers, and they punch their ticket to the Final Four of this Division I tournament, where they will play against Winchester. So a very, very tough matchup here for the Franklin Panthers. They played their hearts out, but unfortunately for them, they are not able to get much of anything going as far as offense was concerned. This entire game was dominated completely by Walpole, and it showed. So that's going to do it for our coverage here at Walpole High School. The final score being 3-0 in favor of the Walpole Porkers. Franklin's field hockey season is going to end with this game. Congratulations to them for making it to the round of 8.